Peace, peace. It's an honor to have you take time out with Consciously Aware Podcast, where thoughts breathe, truth speaks, and silence no longer hides in the shadows. This is more than conversation, it's awareness in motion, a journey through mind, spirits, and the unseen layers of life. Here we question, we feel, we rise. So open your mind, open your heart, and step into the space where conscious meets truth. Here's your host, ChillyMoe.
This is Consciously Aware Podcast. I'm your co-host, JWise. Here with my host, ChillyMoe. And we got a special guest today, Flavor Hype. So we got a couple of songs we with him and see what he talking about and get the pod going. Doing today.
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, we're doing pretty good. Hey, Jay Wise, I appreciate you introing the show. Yeah, this Consciously Aware podcast, and this is Conscious It's Change. I'm your host, ChillyMoe. This Jay Wise. Our guest is Flavor Hype. And yes, we got some wonderful songs by Flavor Hype. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about balance, love, family, music, and a variety of things. And loving our value equally is something I want to throw out there first as an alley-oop, and I'm going to let my co-host slam dunk it. But love is the acronym, and I believe if we practice learning our value equally, we will actually be doing the act of love, because love is an action word, and I just want to leave it there. So this is Consciously Aware Podcast, and this is Conscious is Change with your host ChillyMoe JWise, and our special guest today is the artist Flavor Hype.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well, man.
Introduce yourself to the podcast.
What's up, everyone? This is the one and only Flavor Hype. Not to be confused with Flavor Flav, even though he's great. Flavor Hype, yeah. Hip hop rap artist originally from the West Coast, San Francisco, California, the Bay Area, but represent Alabama now. Montgomery, Alabama is where I'm residing. So, that's what's up.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about where you from, and tell us about
where I'm from.
Go ahead, JY.
You had something to say?
We got a little lag.
Yeah, I think I heard a little lag too, but okay. I'll go and talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, I was born and raised in San Francisco, California, the Bay Area, and I spent a few years in Oakland as well. That's like a few elementary school years, but most of my time was in San Francisco, and then I moved to the dirty South. That was like it was a good while back. I was 15 when I moved there, so all of my upbringing was West Coast, California life and all that kind of stuff. And then I had to, it was weird coming from there to Alabama because it was like a time shift, almost like you went back in time, a culture shock for real. But, I became used to it and kind of understood the pace and really just kind of had to live in it and soak up the culture and understand what was going on with it. It took a while. I didn't want to be there at first, but I'm okay with it now.
Okay. All right. Was it a family thing? Or did the whole family move? Or was it for school?
It was all right. So the a little bit more of a background with that. Like my mom was she's actually from Birmingham, or she was born and raised in Birmingham, or she moved out to California when she was like 12 or 13, something like that. And she established her family out there and stayed out there ever since. So since she already had roots in, Alabama, I didn't know anything about it when I was born because all I knew was California, San Francisco, yada, yada. That's all I knew. And then, mother, father, my brother and sister, we were all in California. Now they're all older than me, so I'm like the youngest. But when we moved, now my mom was like, oh, things were going, it was kind of crazy in California. We're kind of headed down the wrong path, some of us. And I was like in the streets a good little bit. It wasn't going to be good had I stayed. She was like, I want to go back home. And I'm like, what you mean back home? Because this is the only home I know about, So when she did that, we got on a plane and, moved to Alabama. And I was like, what's going on? I'm sitting there like bugging it. I'm tripping out. I'm like, what is this? What's going on here? But it was like really the best thing. And it was just her and I. So my dad stayed. My brother and sister were already grown and had moved out and started their own lives doing other things and all that and that kind of stuff. So it was just me and her. And so once that happened and I, kind of got used to being there, at first I was like, nah, I got to get back, got to find a way to get back. It didn't really happen like that, which is good because I would have just got back into the same little, bad habits. And, had that not happened, had we not moved, I probably wouldn't be here now because I was just going to be influenced to do some other things that would have been detrimental. So it was a good thing that I got moved out of there. But unfortunately, she passed away in 1999. But I still remained and, got my family established out there now. So I'm good with the decision.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that. To the audience that's listening, this is Consciously Aware Podcast, and this is Consciousness Change. I'm your host, ChillyMoe. We got my co-host, JWise. We got our guest, Flavor Hype. We're going to get into your song, Flavor Hype, Get Mixed. And I believe the audience will enjoy it. So to everybody that's listening, this is Flavor Hype, Get Mixed.
I ain't got time to waste. Back of the neck, no time for phase. Eat him up too quick, no time to taste. Give me a little bit of trouble and a lot of bass. Watch what I do with it. Even my alkaline is too acidic. You better make sure that you're not confused in it. Know that nobody can want to cruise in it. I'm the driver, not a rider. You think that you're fly, but I'm the spider. Can't keep it together cause I'm the divider. Locator, total better, no to the nada. Like right after no November, I get off. No continuation and no spin off. More than you can choose what you bit off. Once to get lit, I'm in your mouth like a cigar.
I said it, I mean it a minute. From the seed I grew and replenished. Take a seat, but give me a minute. My set work, I knew you wouldn't get it. Who is you to be making a fuss? Stacking bird like it is a must. Cut you off like you was a crust. X them up like Elon Musk. Oh, she mad, she seeing red. Seeing red. Give a fuck about your throne, bitch. I'm coming for your head. Who gonna make them talk? I bet it's a Glock. Where's my fear, my clock? Who gonna make me stop? Bet that I pop. Flying right out of the flock.
If you're broke to get fixed, right? If you're dull to get lit, if you're not getting on base to get hit, step up with the wrong tone to get mixed.
You can get mixed like a Bloody Mary. I wear my dub cause it's hard to carry. Lay your mouth, they sedentary. I kill this shit, I'm legendary.
If you're broke to get fixed, if you're dull to get lit, if you're not getting on base to get hit, step up with the wrong tone to get mixed.
Yeah, I'm that bitch with a twist. Didn't even know you exist. Conflict, you don't want none. You not hard to convince.
Better than me, you would never be peak prestige. Just part of my pedigree. I shook the world and held it so steadily. Flow with the hail of my lyrics so heavily. Deep in the game, deep to the flame. We be beats in the case. We will engage. Release heat that you can't see when the game meet to the face. We get away, please.
You peeked in the game, I'm leaking a frame. You creeps in new paper, seat in the name. You reek a lame, you tweaking, man. You can get licked like a candy cane. Just getting started, I'm letting off steam. Jumping in bitches with low self-esteem. Make them wise if you know what I mean. I'm coming for money, there's no in between.
If you're broke to get fixed, right? If you're dull to get lit, if you're not getting on base to get hit, step up with the wrong tone to get mixed.
Yeah, I'm that bitch with a twist. Didn't even know you exist. Conflict, you don't want none. You not hard to convince.
All right.
Hey,
Flavor
Hype,
Back of the neck, no time for phase. Eat him up too quick, no time to taste. Give me a little bit of trouble.
I got a question. That's how it starts. It starts kind of you going into the verse, or do you have an intro to that? Because I don't want my audience to think I played it off tempo and off timing. So if you want to explain, that's how it started.
Nah, that's exactly how it starts. As soon as you hear that first little boom, I go. And that was purposely done because the producer of that beat, shout out to Beats by Crow. He made the beat and I was like, man, this song is hot, but it's kind of short. So I couldn't really waste time with getting into it. So as soon as it started, I had to go on and go. I'm like, I'm gonna fill it up, fill all the space up with as much lyrics as possible. And so then I asked another artist if they wanted to jump on it with me, and they agreed to do it. And the other artist, her name is Amy Chella, out of Canada. She's actually Italian, but she lives in Canada. So shout out to Amy Chella. she agreed to do the song with me. So yeah, we just went in on it, and that was that.
Okay, shout out to Amy Chella. And we on Apple Music, so I think it's only right for us to play a full song because I want those who's listening to the audio to get a good taste of your music. So I'm gonna go into A Soldier by Flavor Hype, if you don't mind. You want us to play that?
Yeah, please do. Right.
Okay, JWise, after this, I'll let you finish conversating with our guest, Flavor Hype. And to everybody that's paying attention, this is Consciously Aware Podcast. Conscious is change. I'm your host, ChillyMoe. You know I got my co-host, JWise, and Flavor Hype gonna bring that flavor to you with this music. So here's A Soldier by Flavor Hype.
Yeah. Let's do it. This right here is dedicated to all the soldiers out there. The real soldiers, man. Everywhere in the world. That's right. I feel like they can relate to this. Come on, y'all. I got my orders to deploy in all of my gear, so I'm packing it up. Talk all this shit about what I would do. Now it's time to be backing it up. I told my family that I'm going on a mission. I said I'm missing, but miss me with an extra hug and a kiss. Man, no need for all of that. I'll be back before you know it. They said if I had emotions, they sure wish that I would show it. You know I love y'all, but it's what I signed up to do. I'm a protector if there's a threat to the red, white, and blue. Receive all the well wishes and say my goodbyes. As I try not to look into my wife's eyes as she cries. I'm feeling like seeing that right before I leave. My flag is the only emotion I wear on my sleeve. I'm a soldier, trained and conditioned by the best. I'll be damned if tears will be what penetrates my vest. So I'm off in the C-17, headed overseas to show the enemies how I live and breathe. The soldier's creed. I will never accept defeat. No, I will never quit. Never leave a fallen comrade, even when I take a hit. No, trained and proficient in my tasks and drills. I will complete the mission till all of my blood is filled. I'm a soldier, warrior, and a member of a team. I deploy, engage, and destroy my enemies. I'm a soldier in the world's greatest military. Beneath the American flag is where I should be buried. As soon as we land, I get this feeling in my gut that I'm no longer invincible and I can't be touched. I control my anxieties, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. I turn my fear into focus and my afraid into a sin. As I settle in, I can't help but think about home. Will I survive, or will my wife get that dreadful call on the phone? What about my kids? Nah, can't think about that now. Come on, get my mind back on my mission somehow. Here we go, I got my target and the green light to engage. Never thought I would get such a rush performing on the stage. The threat is real, so you have to keep with no hesitation. Can't emulate this degree of realness and simulation. They can't wait to get to step on me, but they gon' die first. Ain't no safety for my weapon, it's either semi or burst. And I'm sending you to the other side, ready or not. Never been good at anything else, I guess I'm a soldier survive. I will never accept defeat, no, I will never quit. Never leave a fallen comrade, even when I take a hit. No, trained and proficient in my tasks and drills. I will complete the mission till all of my blood is filled. I'm a soldier, warrior, and a member of a team. I deploy, engage, and destroy my enemies. I'm a soldier in the world's greatest military. Beneath the American flag is where I should be buried. So now, what do I do whenever I'm at home? My family's lifestyle has become so much different from my own. Trying to reintegrate and just act like I'm fine, but in my heart of hearts, I know they can tell that I'm lying. See, every day, for me, I struggle in this society, and I'm thinking that everyone is secretly trying to inspire me. Snapping at my kids, cause I have zero tolerance. Conversations with my wife end, but we're both hollering. Don't think I'll ever get right with the post-traumatic stress. I go to sleep every night, but I never get any rest. God help me, please relieve me of this anger. Put me in a better place so my family won't be in danger. I should have been patient and carefully worded my wish, because as soon as I started getting used to my wife's kiss, I get an email from my first sergeant. What the hell is this? Another deployment coming up and my name is on the list. Oh, damn.
Oh, bro, listen. The way we start out with shooting part of it to the action and then go back home, bro.
Yeah,
Good work.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, you definitely
I was able to visualize all the saying. Man, that was man, that's crazy. I liked it that. Go ahead, Mo.
JWise, I want to say, yeah, he definitely added every element of the visual of it. Yeah, just like you mentioned. I just want to say that I couldn't even find it,
Bro,
but you just
I saw everything as he was rapping, bro. Everything. That's crazy.
that
That's
was fire.
crazy.
Hey, Flavor Hype, I want to
Yeah.
tell you,
I,
never change the who you are in music.
go ahead. I'm sorry, Mo. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Flavor Hype, never change who you are in music. We need to add more content and more energy to the music so we can bring the morale up. And I'm only saying frequencies. You know, you actually to all our soldiers, and I want to salute everybody that's in the battlefield that's there now and came before them. And we thank you all, even yourself, Flavor Hype. So I appreciate you bringing us into your world. If you want to speak on that, and I know Jay Wise gonna get on that in the show. But to add that in music, we need that, bro. So I appreciate that.
No doubt, man. No doubt, for real.
Definitely.
Yeah. My main thing is I kind of wanted to. That actually came about. Funny story. Some of the right after one of my deployments, my first deployment, I've been deployed to Afghanistan. That was the first deployment I ever went to, was Afghanistan. One of my coworkers, one of my soldiers there, he was like, "Look, man, I think if you like create a song to kind of hype up the army and all that kind of stuff, I think it'd be good," because he know that I did music. And so that was kind of a challenge for me because I'd never done anything like that before, and really kind of dove into it. I said, okay, what kind of thing can I come up with? And I decided to go with like a story that not a lot of people really, really hear about, like the whole, like the arch of it, like the before, during, and after of what goes on or what can go on the front lines and deployment. Now, I do want to go on and say, to let everyone know, because everyone who knows me, like, I'm not an infantry, so I'm not right out there fighting like that. But I hear what they talk about because they come and tell me about things that go on in the military. I'll do behavioral health. So whenever they go through something and they need to kind of talk to someone about it, figure out where they can go, kind of get their mind right, they come and let me know what they kind of download all that went on. And so I'm listening to their story. So this kind of story for them that they may not be able to tell it like that. I want to kind of give that visual for everyone else who hasn't seen it before or who might just think it's kind of like that in movies. Like, nah, it's really like that for real.
Bravo on the story though, bro. Because like I said, I visualized all of that. Now I gotta ask you this question. Now, how long you been writing?
I've been writing like some decades. It's maybe like 20 years, something like that.
Was it always music?
Well, no, actually, it started with poetry, which is crazy. Like my first thing was just kind of just writing poetry, like in high school, because I was part of it was
I
like a
did too.
literary magazine. That's what's up, literary magazine. And so, kind of what we kind of had to do was, we submitted some of our own work. And my thing, I was writing poetry, write poetry. Okay, I'll write it. So we kind of had to submit a certain amount of pieces of work to help with our grade and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what got me started, and I really kind of fell in love with doing it. And I thought, man, I could like put some of this to music, because I hear about these other artists, I hear about rappers. I always loved rap, but I never thought about me actually doing it until I started writing more for that creative writer for the literary magazine, and then that kind of honed my skills to be able to kind of put stuff together and talk about. Kind of give little glimpses of stories and storylines. So that's kind of where it started. But it started in high school for me.
Okay.
And poetry. Yeah, poetry started it.
Now doing the, I don't know, I don't want to say, well, yeah, I guess you can say during your combat missions or being deployed, did you do music while you were out, or that was something you did strictly when you was home?
Nah, I did music while I was gone. Like I've been away from home 4 times on military assignments. So as deployment, I've been here. I've been to Afghanistan, Texas, and then I went to Germany and then back to Texas. And like every single time that I go somewhere, I write, like, new music comes out of that because they're new experiences. So I can kind of talk about what goes on. Like The only thing is, when I was in Afghanistan, I didn't have access to a studio because we're out there. But yeah, so I like wrote some stuff, but I was waiting. I was like, all right. When I get back home, then I could put it to some music and then record. And so that's what I kind of did. And then when I went to Germany, I had some music that was sent to me because I had more access. So I just wrote to these songs, and I'm like, okay. So whenever I do get back, I know I have 6 songs that I could lay down as soon as I get there. So that's what I did. And last time I was in Texas, I took some time, took some leave, went back home, recorded some music, and I'm doing the same thing now. I found a studio here in Texas this time, so now I can record my music while I'm here. I don't have to go all the way back to Alabama to record it. So yeah, but every single time I leave, music comes out of it.
Okay. Give me some of your musical background. What you listening to? What you used to listen to? What you grew up on? Talk to me.
All right, so it started. I wasn't even. I mean, rap was always cool, but most of it was like pop music. Like I listen to Michael Jackson. I mean, everyone listens to Michael Jackson, MJ. The king with it. And Prince. Prince was like one of the huge influences as far as that goes. Musically, because I didn't know that he was doing all the stuff he was doing. I just kind of heard the music. I'm like, cool, this dude's great. I didn't know he was actually involved in all the instruments and all the writing that, I was like, damn. Once I found that out later, I was like, yo, he's him. So it really it was really just a lot of music that came in. I mean, like the pop artists, none of it didn't really matter as long as I thought it was good music, because I would listen to some rock songs, soft rock, R&B, some bluesy, a little bit, jazz, and then rap and pop music. But I didn't really do a lot of like listening to like country. Not that I thought it was bad, it just didn't really resonate with me. So I mean, I still respect the genre, but it just didn't really resonate with me. And
I don't mean to cut you off, but a song just loaded up that caught my attention. Kruger. It's one of those things where you're looking for songs and titles that catch your attention, and hearing you speak and seeing that title made me interrupt you. So I apologize to my audience. I just thought it was funny. You got a song named Kruger. So I want to intro that after you and JWise finish your conversation.
Okay. I'll tell you about that one too. But yeah, so that kind of started my interest in just listening to all the music. But when it came to me actually taking it seriously and wanting to be a performer, entertaining myself, the number one music artist that influenced me the most was Boyz II Men. Because off the rip, I was doing like R&B stuff before because I was in the choir in school. And I don't sing now. I just do hip hop now. But I was in the choir in school, and they were like the hottest and best group like ever of all time, and as far as I'm concerned. So when they were putting out music, there was a group of us that got together in high school, like 4 of us, and we all kind of said, hey, we can, do our own versions of this, or we can, perform doing Boyz II Men songs, or not just Boyz II Men, but since they were the hottest thing, we kind of gravitated more towards them. So it really started with Boyz II Men. And even though I still love hip hop, once I got involved in the choir in school, it was all about singing. It was all about, Boyz II Men stuff, Jodeci, Shy, Silk, Drew Hill, any of them, you know what I'm saying, along those lines. Whoever had like a hot song, R&B, a group, we were on it. We were trying to sing. We were trying to find out the parts and get to singing. And I was the bass singer in the group, so I didn't really have like solo parts, but I loved listening to everyone do their thing and add my part.
Okay. I said you didn't add mint condition in there.
Man, if you because we didn't play instruments. But him and Stokely, that dude was a beast, a complete monster. And also, I really like Troop. I think they were one of the great ones as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody was touching mint condition. No, I don't care what anyone said. You weren't doing that. If you had a band, I mean, the only unless you like Earth, Wind, and Fire or something like that, you're not really touching mint condition.
What about Tony? Them boys is bad too.
Dang, you brought the Tony. You brought the three T's on there. Yeah, Tony was
yeah.
It could have been any of them, really. Tony. Yes.
Yeah. I like her too, bro. So yeah, trust me. When you started naming them names, it all just started flowing back. Yeah. But we get off to the song, man, because now I want to know what that's about.
The what?
The Kruger song.
Oh, okay. Off the rip, it's called Kruger, and that lets you know that I got a great deal of respect for the whole Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. That's my all-time favorite horror movie franchise. I know all of them cool. That one was so unique, and I was like, nothing's really touching that. I mean, there's some great ones out there, but nothing's touching that, especially, around that time. Yeah, it might be a little goofy now because it was the 80s and all that kind of stuff, but nah, nothing was touching that. So that's kind of my tribute to it. And what I did was I just kind of took the idea of Freddy Krueger and his story and kind of gave people kind of an inside lane into what his mind would be like and what happened to him and how he became who he is. So that's kind of what I did. I kind of spoke in the first person as far as Freddy goes. So yeah.
Okay, that's kind of deep. I kind of like that. You got it. Is you there, Mo?
Yeah, I'm right here. I was gonna cue it up and then I'll let y'all finish y'all conversation. So to the audience that's paying attention, and please don't be scared of that man that comes to you when you go to sleep. But here's the song Kruger by Flavor Hype.
My kindness for weakness, when all I wanted was to live my life full of meekness. It seems that some people just won't learn until they see and smell their own flesh burn. I was gentle to everyone, cordial and kind, but to forgive how you treated me, you're out your damn mind. I know I was quirky, yeah, I know I was different. That's precisely why to y'all I was distant. I told y'all I didn't do it. I was aware y'all said it happened, but I couldn't prove it. So you took that as evidence of guilt. Organized a watch party just to see my blood spill. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate. I'll be back for revenge. I take it all y'all wrong. No one gets a pass like a stone in the kidney. I just let my hate simmer like a pot roast. Made a deal with the unholy one and got ghosts. Each one of you and your families will suffer. I'm what happens when hate and time become lovers. You'll discover even your daydreams ain't safe. The Reaper is coming for you, but I made him pick up the pace. I'll off your offspring, just on GP. I become a god when y'all are sleeping. Payback is a mother, and I'm the father of it. I even designed special gloves to make it extra bloody. I wonder how creative I will be, since the hate that your people display created me. I try to plead my case while the community gave chase. Now you will see my face with impunity laid waste. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate. I'll transition the kids, then go after the parents. I think that order causes way more damage. Lacerations on your leg, chest, and arms, causing everyone to believe you engage in self-harm. Your friends can't help, the police can't either, cause there's no evidence of the REM sleep reaper. My attacks are untraceable, my mercy's unobtainable. Just know that when I put you to sleep, you become unawakeable. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate. 1, 2, Kruger's coming to end you. 3, 4, you'll be alive no more. 5, 6, you're next on the list. 7, 8, sending you to Hell's Gate.
You invited that. Growing up at I'm an Elm Street fan too, so yeah, you invited that, bro.
Flavor
I
Hype.
appreciate that. Yeah.
To be all the way honest, I don't know about that one, bro. I mean, you was too close to the. I mean, Freddie can rap, right? You know, I'm over here looking around the corner because I'm in the car by myself, and I hear this song in the background like it's the theme song, like he gonna pull up in the Cadillac in the city or something, you know.
Right.
I mean, he
Right.
might, as long as you ain't sleep at the wheel.
But you know what? To my audience, to be an artist, and I want to give respect to you, Flavor Hype. Although you on this podcast with me and JWise, and we just, sitting here kicking it like grown men at the cigar bar. But I want to say something to the artists that's out here paying attention, to the ones that's gonna keep up with us later. To create music, you have to put your passion in it, and passion comes from a broad stream of creativity. And every song or the last two, or these two songs you gave us, Flavor Hype, all I hear is creativity to the top tier, sir.
Mm, thank you, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from y'all, man. It really does. That's one of my main things is to be creative and be authentic with the music, and just try to reinvent the sound somehow. What else can I create? What else can I create? So I'm all for it,
Man,
man. I appreciate you letting me know.
you know what I do like too? I like somebody not afraid to go outside and do something that's outside of the norm that your average, like, most rappers, they take themselves so serious. And for you to take, not to say you didn't take, the Freddie, the Krueger song serious, but
Mm.
to go into that realm and say, I'm a, and then, and you laced it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that in itself, that, like he said, that's the passion. I see it, I hear it, you know what I mean? And I know you got penmanship too, because in order for you to even that and then to put that in the words and then to put a music behind it, I hear the birds, and I hear the you know what I mean. So I hear the detail that you put into it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what had me smiling while I was listening to it. Like you said, I could see Freddie pulling up in the Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's great.
Dang, yeah, that'd be the coldest Cadillac. Man, I'm talking about nah. If that Uber pulls up, I'll walk. No, I ain't trying to see that one. I'm good.
And you know what I want to say, Killer Wayne, we appreciate you for tapping in, sir. I want
Oh,
to tell you, Killer Wayne is another artist that has a lot of creativity when it comes down to creating music. It ain't just hear a beat and then you go with a 1-2. You got to
yeah.
add a 1-2-3. You got to add everything you need. And then you know what? I want to just give the format of recording. Put everything, like you have a point board where you put everything, all ideas on the board, and it's the process of elimination. That's how you record. And I can tell that's what you do with your music, Flavor Hype. You add in everything, and what you don't like, I'm sure you take away in your mixing process or whoever mix your songs. And Killer Wayne, I want to say, bro, I can tell in your music how you take things and you make sure your next concept or your next metaphor will follow up and you tell a distinctive story. And Flavor Hype, you're a great storyteller too, and to be an artist of that element, and like Jay Wise said, that penmanship is a beast, sir.
Mm, I appreciate that, and yeah, it's taken a lot. I know that when I was before I understood and really got into rap, I just listened to people rap, and I'm like, how they come up with that stuff? That is just wonderful. It's great. And funny you mentioned the storytelling thing. That's what really drew me to being kind of a storyteller, just listening to the artists who I thought were really great at storytelling and really painted a picture with their words. Not that they always just told a story, but if they were with their words, I can visualize and have an image of it in my mind. I'm like, okay, they're telling me something and I can see it. And there was another person who
Mm.
listened to my song before one of my songs. He was like, man, everything that you saying, I could like see it in front of me. And I'm like, that's like the ultimate compliment, because that's one of the things I really strive for with the music.
And the story, who some of the storytellers you like?
Well, the first one who told a story that really stood out to me was Slick Rick. The
I was
first with
thinking
that,
that was right on top of my children's story.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm like, there's like, how do you put this together? That was just the cream of the crop to me at that point. But after that, one of the premier artists, one of the GOATs, when Tupac came out with that, Brenda's Got a Baby, that hit me hard because that's one of the first ones. That's probably the first song that I memorized all of the words to, and even shared it with my mom. And I was like, this, you know,
Wow.
you share music. I mean, sure, you know, you might want to share it, but I'm like, nah, this song is really hitting because of the story. Like, it's so vivid. And even though, he had the video with it, it's like, I could still see like everything he was saying, like all of it. And it was just an incredible story in the way it was put together. So, and you know, Ice Cube, Scarface, and there are a number of like the really get into it. And I know Slick Rick had, you know, with the art of storytelling, Outkast, you know, they did their thing too. So those the probably the main ones right there that really told a story that stuck to me. And I know a lot of artists out there can do it. So there's a plethora of artists who can, but the main ones, Slick Rick, Outkast, Ice Cube, Scarface, those were the main ones that stood out to me. And Pac, of course, yeah, with that Bridges Got a Baby.
And you know what? I want to add in with Pac too. My bad, JWise. I'm real quick with it. I want to say one thing about Pac and a lot of artists, and even Jay-Z, I'm gonna give it to him. I'm not gonna quote none of his songs, but Pac, I'm gonna stay with him. It's the level of passion for one, but it's your voice. It's your voice that carries the music. You know, a great speaker, it starts with the tone first. It starts with the frequency he creates with his speech, right? So I want to say, Flavor Hype, while you mentioning Pac, I can see the similarities in your deliverance with your music, and especially with the message driven too, because Pac was definitely dropping notes, as JWise do on this show, to anybody that pays attention, you know, because no one likes lectures, but if you give us a nice soft music behind it, we'll listen to it. So I look for I look for messiahs to pick up a beat. I look for messiahs to go into a studio. I look for messiahs to write down literature and give it to us in a melodic form. So, you know, I want to cue up one of your songs, Dance in the Rain. I haven't heard it, but I kind of got an idea after listening to you and JWise talk. And that's one thing I love doing on the show. I love sitting back. I feel like I'm sitting with two great minds, and who's ever on the panel, whoever's our guest, sitting with JWise is a privilege. Sitting on this show, being alive is a privilege. Knowing the people we know is a privilege. So I want to say I appreciate the level of conversation y'all carrying on this tonight's episode.
No doubt. But real quick, before you play that, like, that song isn't set to be released until the 1st of December. So this is the premiere. Like, y'all are getting it first. Like, no, it didn't play anywhere else. This is absolutely the exclusive right here. First time ever, for real.
Okay, so to the audience, JWise, if you want to cue it up, Dance in the Rain by Flavor Hype. And I know I just did that on live, but hey, this our show. So JWise, do what you do, how you do what you do, sir.
This is an exclusive, first time, right here on Consciously Aware Podcast. We got Flavor Hype, Dancing in the Rain.
I can't even believe this. I guess I was wrong, but I think it was really you. Trying to put back together my shattered heart, but even the pieces I pick up fall apart. Everything I did, everything I tried, even when you were wrong, I apologize. What am I supposed to do here? No one's gonna believe that I'm abused here. You got everyone thinking you're the nicest. Oh, precious you, so priceless. But behind closed doors, they don't see what I see without the mask. You weaponized everything I told you to traumatize me from the past. As long as your image was intact, you couldn't care less about the impact. No one sees the dagger wounds in my back, cause if I show them, I can laugh at. You were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, but smile through the pain. You don't see my tears, cause I dance in the rain. You were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, be the man in this. I know nobody gives a damn, but it's just because nobody sees the damages. Yes, I prayed, yes, I cried to the depths of what causes SI. Now it's on to the next batch of green grass since you dried up your supply. Okay, fine, fuck family, then you lied when you promised we would to the end. If ain't nobody asking me about my side of the story, then I ain't got friends. My love for you was unconditional. Your love for me was just fictional. Somehow you missed the 80 I put in, but you pointed out the 20 missing. No, you were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, but smile through the pain. You don't see my tears 'cause I dance in the rain. You were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, but smile through the pain. You don't see my tears 'cause I dance in the rain. All those crocodile tears, acting like you really cared, was just a hologram of sincerity. It was never really there. The crazy part is I don't hate you. I hate the hurt, but I love the lesson. You gave me reason to live and die. But don't worry, I'll make up the bed we slept in. You were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, but smile through the pain. You don't see my tears 'cause I dance in the rain. You were my anchor, my heart was the chain. No driving me crazy, just stay in your lane. I hurt through the happy, but smile through the pain. You don't see my tears 'cause I dance in the rain. So that's it. Have to do this on my own now, okay? Yeah, I can rebuild. Thank you.
Now, just from listening to all the songs we have listened to tonight, I gotta ask you this: do you produce, or you have somebody produce and you go in the booth?
Yeah, I just do the writing and the performing of it. Now the producers are the real magic makers. So they're the ones who do it. I give all the credit to them. I come up with the concepts for the songs, but they actually produce the songs. They make it happen.
If you want to do a shout out to your producers, yeah, they definitely need a shout out.
I do. How about?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, yeah. So as far as the mute, now here, what I do is I record at one spot, then I send it to get mixed and mastered somewhere else. So I got to give a shout out to Mastermind Recording Studios in Montgomery, Alabama. That's Michael Dunlap, and also the Dream Big Studios here in Killeen, Texas. So two shout out there for those studios for helping me, put together, because it starts. People don't know this. When you produce a song, it starts with the recording. That's the baseline. That's the foundation. If you got a bad recording, you can't do anything with it. You got to re-record it. Don't think there's some magic that can be done with a bad recording. No, that's not gonna happen. That's like trying to build a house out of cardboard or something. It's not gonna happen like that. So shout out to them for having the good sound and great quality. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the producing, the actual producing of the songs itself with the mixing and mastering, that's done by Bow Fam, the Mixology Recording Studios online. So give a shout out to Bow Fam. Some people might call them classic, but Mixology Recording Studios. And the beats, various for a couple of other people. That last one, I Dance in the Rain, was done by Rebel Music. I got a lot of, when you hear those birds in the back of that, that's Crow's tag. Beats by Crow. He kind of has that in his beat. And I told him to leave that in there because it's dope. That way people always recognize that's him. That's his way of doing that mustard. Mustard. That's his thing. So shout out to Crow, productions by Beats by Crow. He actually lives in Serbia. He's a Serbian producer. So it's big, worldwide. Hip hop is worldwide. And Cinema Beats. Cinema Beats.
That's what's up, man.
Flavor Hype. You know what? You're saying things that artists need to know, how global you will have to be to even get your music to be heard, right? Explain the level of consistency you have to get an artist that's outside of your region, but you can utilize the internet. So explain the format and explain the kind of the blueprint for artists like yourself. to reach out to all these different artists from different regions?
All right. So one of the things that someone told me a long time ago, and this really helped me to be able to reach more people. Networking is huge. Like for real. I'm gonna get that out the way. Networking is huge because you never know who knows who in those rooms or those groups, those network groups. So don't be afraid to enter any and all of the network groups that fit, what you think might be you. Because a whole lot of like hip hop groups and rap groups and promotional groups, like I'm in those on like Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So I'm in a few of those. So I'm always trying to reach out to people. Some people who share music, like Unseen, the Twisted Truth, Twisted Radio. They share a lot of music too. So I hear artists and I'm like, ooh, I think that's dope. What, I might be able to hook up with that one and collaborate with this artist. So a lot of the collaborations came to be because of the fact that I was in those groups and, talk to people, just kind of reached out to them. Hey, would you think about collaborating on a song with me? Sometimes they'll say, yeah, sometimes they, got other things going on. They can't do it. But, that's just part of the key is networking. Even if you don't get anything, they know someone. Someone else in that group is going to know someone, and they might reach out to you as well. So my blueprint is I'll just reach. I can't tell you how many artists I like reached out to and asked to collab, and they just said nah, or they didn't even reply. And I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I'll just move on to the next one. But just don't stop like reaching out to people, because someone might say yeah, and it might not even be that big of a deal to them, but it's huge to you, and then their fans can potentially become your fans as well. So you always want to just reach out to whoever. I mean, I don't care if it's a big name artist or whatever. I mean, you might not get to them, but just do it anyway. While stabbing in the dark, who knows? You're not losing anything just by reaching out to them. So that's one of the ways to do it. And always, that's number one, is being available and being willing to network with people. Number two, and this is probably the biggest thing when it comes to the artists, like, and whether they're performing artists or if they're producers or anything like that, don't waste their time, and always have a great business relationship. Because when it comes down to the money, go on and pay them, get that out the way, do it promptly as you can, and never be the person who cut someone out of something. Always just communicate, always pay them, what they say, and all that kind of. You can work with them, maybe they'll negotiate, but don't play around with people's money, because that word is going to spread. Again, you don't know who they know. So if they spread the word that you do bad business, right, you could be X'd out of a lot of situations.
JWise.
No, I want to know too.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, go ahead, JWise. I didn't have none. I'm actually going to queue up another song. I'm going to let you go ahead and take it, because it's a lot of things I want.
I did. When you said networking, do you network, like, give a lot of your music to your Army friends, or that's just? I mean, I ain't gonna say distribute. Do you network like as far as like rap or do music with any of your like Army friends?
Oh yeah. What I do is I'm listening. I'm always looking to. I'm always willing to collaborate with someone. Because I've done songs with other military Army members before, friends of mine, like dudes. They've been in like the Air Force or they're in my unit. I would do tracks with pretty much anyone who wanted to do music, just about. And so yeah, I'm networking. And a lot of times they will, like, if they find out that I do music, they'll look it up and they'll play some songs or whatever. They might know some people that I don't know. Someone, hey, this person can help with this, and it might be marketing opportunities, promotional opportunities. They might know someone who can work out maybe a not distribute, but like a sync deal or something like that, which I'm big on that now. But I always share it, because again, it's not going to hurt anything just to share the music, and you might be gaining some more fans and supporters. So always, I'm doing that. I'm sharing it with them and looking for the next opportunity to collab.
Hey, Jay, we're going to add another 10 minutes to this, because I want to play another song, and I want you to finish a little bit of this conversation and then do your notes. And Flavor Hype, I appreciate you carrying the algorithm and the frequency of this with your music and with your conversation. You're well-rounded. You making me and JWise sit back and really just fire up a cigar. All we doing really is enjoying this because we created this platform for our guests to feel comfortable. So we appreciate you knowing the assignment, sir.
Yeah, it's extremely comfortable, and yeah, just like we just kicking back in the cigar shop.
All right, so we're gonna get into Strip Search by Flavor Hype.
All right.
No, 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 no. Oh, that can't be real right there. Can't be. There's no way. Hey, pull that thing over. Yeah, that's right. Well, I think you carrying something illegal. Might have to search you on that one. I ain't got time for the lame ass game. I don't care about your favorite color or your last name. I don't care about what the mother dudes did to impress you. I just wanna get you to the room and undress you. This ain't slick talk, I've seen the aesthetics. Attack, tile learner, trying to earn a stream, extra credit. Keep it a buck, is it homegrown or bark? I got a tactic that tells by the time it takes to get me off. There's something about the way that real rippers when I'm smacking it. That synthetic substitute is subpar and inadequate. The only way to prove your innocence is to let me skip and slide and swerve on your wet spot like a jet ski. Overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search. Overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search.
If you think you need to put your hands on me, it'll be a lawsuit. If I put it on you, call for backup to get it off you. Since you ain't got a warrant, all you can do is look. Since you can't sample the food, you gon' have to watch me cook. Yeah, cornbread, greens, chicken, red beans, and rice. I serve to this magnitude will violate my civil rights. So I can't just let you do it, baby, not without a fight. And the only weapon I'm carrying is these curves and these tights. You wanna know if it's real? Good question. How about if I plead the fifth to keep you guessing? If you're a patron, to touch it, you need some cash. But if you're a patrolman, to touch it, you need a badge.
Overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search. Overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search. Looks can be deceiving is the reason I gotta touch that. Soft drink booty, cause baby, that thing bubbly. Go ahead, assume the position to get a pat down. Spread, bend it over, open it up and swing it back round. Examination over, but now you good to go. You might be called back for further questioning, just so you know. I don't wanna hear no boss babe back talking bullshit. Give me a hard time, best believe that's what you overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search. Overqualified for the job of making that fit work. I don't even believe it's real. Let me feel on them hips first. I'm trying to find it. There's something you hiding in them curves. Hands on examination. Call it a strip search.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
Consciously Aware. This is Consciously Aware podcast, and it presents Conscious as Change. And this is I am your host, ChillyMoe, and I have my co-host JWise. We got our guest Flavor Hype. We down to our last 10 minutes. This is the part where I hand over everything to JWise. JWise sum up everything. Flavor Hype. We gotta have a part 2 because we was in mid conversation, but we gotta pay bills, and I have a criteria I have to meet, and it's a deadline, and it's approaching, and I can see this red going down. So I want to say to my guests that paid attention, it's going to be more content coming from Flavor Hype because this guy here is unlimitedly creating all kind of concepts from every different angle of life. So this is Consciously Aware Podcast presents Conscious as Change. I'm your host, ChillyMoe. I got my co-host, JWise. This is my favorite part of the day, and this is Jay's Notes. And after Jay's Notes, Flavor Hype, if you want to, give a drop to your people, everybody that's helping you be great out here and all the things you have coming, you have all the time to do it because we control. I just have to pay a little extra for extra time, but don't worry about that. But we do control the time. So here's Jay's notes.
All right.
Here in Consciously Aware podcast, we have a underlying theme of reclaiming the village. And I've been talking about it over the last couple of weeks, but I want to simplify it today. I want to simplify it today because we're getting close to Christmas and all the holidays, and I always see crazy stuff happening with family and people doing stuff to each other. The best thing to do is update yourself, update your way of thinking, update, the relationships in your life. We update all kinds of stuff, our phones, but we never update our attitudes and our demeanors and what we look at and how we look at, what we love and how we love. The best way to do that, I'm going to say this, just try and keep your soul clean. Just try and keep your soul clean. Start off with the holidays, take it into the new year, and maybe take it to a new life. That's the note for the day.
That's what's up, man.
You got
But
something you want to say, Flav? Go ahead, bro.
yeah, it's just for one, echo that because that's real. That's insanely just point on, spot on. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to give a shout out and thank you to all of my family, friends, followers, supporters, all that. A big shout out to my management team over Danny Holmes Jr., Dynasty, all the Twisted team. We got Moon Tortoise, Universe Badger, Kendall, I call her Killer. Just all them, the producers, like I said before, I listed them all before. Beats by Crow, who else? Dang, Cinema Beats, and Bow does some production as well, the mix and master and all that. Michael Dunlap, the Mastermind Music Studios, Dream Big Studios, and just all the artists that I've collaborated with. I mean, I don't want to just name them all now. I don't want to forget anyone. But for real, just thank you so much for everyone who's ever listened to my music, taking the time up to express, what they think about it, whether it's good or positive. I still take it in and try to understand how I can be better. So just thank you for everything. And thank you all for having me on, for real. It's a huge honor to be a part of this.
I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, you know what? We do have enough time to play one more song, so we're gonna get into See Ya Shimmy.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into See Ya Shimmy by Flavor Hype, and then we're gonna outro the show. So to everybody that's paying attention, until next time.
Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, hold up. I know I didn't just see what I saw, but I seen it. Woo. Hey, that one right there. Yes. Yeah, yeah, that one. I see that one shimmy, and I like it. She got a hemi. I see you shimmy, I see you shake, I see you bend and not break. I see you dribbling, can I get the assist? From every spot, I see you shoot your shot and not miss. I see you shimmy, I see you shake, I see you bend and not break. I see you dribbling, can I get the assist? From every spot, I see you shoot your shot and not miss. Hey, for a minute, I can tell that you've been doing this. From your position, I can tell that you ain't new to this. From every angle, you're dangerous, but continue. I'm taking mental pictures of what you got on the menu. I love the presentation of everything on the plate. I love the fact that you packing milk along with the cake. I don't mean disrespect as I express my adoration. To flatter you is the intent of my salutation. Your glorious beauty is nothing to mess with. Left, right, each cheek has its own hydraulic switch. And chocolate, vanilla, and everything in between. You got 2 scoops, candy sprinkles of whipped cream. Whether you're trying to or not, the lady, you're going viral. The wave that you're making it tidy, baby, the title. And I know you're going to end up being such an idol that you're going to have your own book in the booty shaking Bible. I see you shimmy, I see you shake, I see you bend and not break. I see you dribbling, can I get the assist? From every spot, I see you shoot your shot and not miss. I see you shimmy, I see you shake, I see you bend and not break. I see you dribbling, can I get the assist? From every spot, I see you shoot your shot and not miss. Your curves joints don't quit, and your hips don't lie, and your thighs are the perfect size for saving lives. Don't know what it made you, but those employees need a raise. Your body is a book, I'm reading every single page. Suddenly I developed an issue you can't tell. I'm visually impaired now, so I read braille. Uh-oh, you don't know what that means. Gotta use my hands for this form of educating. Alright, let's get back to the main topic. My optic and people private, the way you drop it. Don't stop it, that body flowing like a faucet. That thing already sweeping the floor, so go ahead and mop it. And now you got us all spoiled. You're operating like a machine that's well oiled. I ain't seen many women who can make it do what that do. You're the master in the ancient art of cheap clap food. I see you shimmy, I see you shake, I see you bend and not break. I see you dribbling, can I get the assist? From every spot, I see you shoot your shot and not miss.
All right.
Hey,
Hold
hold up.
up.
I know I didn't just see what I saw, but I seen it. Woo. Hey, that one right there. Yes. Yeah, yeah, that one.
Hey, sorry about that. So this is the last part of it. So to everybody that's paying attention, this is Consciously Aware Podcast presents Conscious is Change with your host ChillyMoe, co-host JWise. Guest of the day is the one and only Flavor Hype. And JWise, I know it's safe to say until next time.
Till next time, my brother. Peace, love in the universe.
You've been listening to Consciously Aware Podcast with your host, ChillyMoe, where voices awaken and awareness takes root. Carry these words with you. Let them echo beyond this moment, because truth only lives when it is lived out loud. Until next time, stay awake, stay present, and always remain consciously aware.